So in this module, I'm going to give you a full breakdown of every single component that's needed to make this monetization process work. So this is going right from owning or buying a website through to putting ads on there, building traffic, returning ad revenue from that traffic, getting paid out, reinvesting the profits, and so on. Let's go through it basically. We've created this infographic. This infographic will be available for you to download. It's very vital to the process, so I'd recommend that you keep this, look back on it. It's the simplified view of what we're doing. It's the really top level view of the process. Of course, you might find adjustments to it where you can add and remove things that benefit yourself, but this is just the core of what's going to work for most people. So we'll quickly run through the steps, and the following videos will run through the steps in detail. So step one is owning or acquiring a website. So before we can monetize a website, we have to own one or purchase one. Either is fine. If you're purchasing one, ideally purchasing one with traffic, but we have to have that asset that we own. Of course, you could work with other partners, people that have websites and have traffic, but don't know how to monetize them. You could work with them and share the profits, but we need to have a website of some sort that we can actually monetize. Going down, so getting a decent ad provider. So once we've got that website, next you want to put ads on top of it. So to do that, we could do it our own way just by managing our own adverts. We could use AdSense to apply a bit of their logic to applying a decent set of adverts to it, or we can use a premium ad provider such as Ezoic that will handle the placement of all those ads for us and get us the most return for our time spent creating content and building traffic. There'll be a link underneath this video to sign up to Ezoic, so it's straightforward for you to do. There is no thresholds as well for that, so anyone, if you have no traffic, you can still sign up, or if you have millions of page views already, you can still sign up. Okay, very important, doing expert level keyword research. So we're going to look at, in a later chapter, exactly how to do keyword research, the keyword research strategies that I use, and how we can make the most of each of the articles we create by targeting a keyword with volume. Next up, understanding the level of competition for a keyword. So it's simple to make a mistake by trying to compete for keywords that you never have a chance to rank for. So when you can avoid this happening, there's gains to be made from it. So it's a mitigating step, this, but over time with experience, you'll learn which keywords you can rank for and which ones you can't. And also there will be some outliers to this. I often go for keywords that I think I shouldn't be able to get hold of and that they're still achievable. So it's not a hard and fast rule. Create the best content on the internet for the keyword. So this is going to be our goal with everything we create, really creating the best answer for the search intent for the people that are searching on Google. So we want to answer them succinctly and in length in the same bit of content. We want to really expand it out to answer any surrounding questions or surrounding information around the topic that we think they might be interested in. And we want to put that in one blog post. Ideally, it's feature rich and well written. That will really execute and be the best answer available on the internet. That is always our goal. Okay, then next up, allowing time to rank in Google and track progress. So this is a key step that I want you to understand from the start. We can't rush this process. We can create content as fast as we want, but it's going to take time to rank in Google. And how long will that take? The answer is it always depends. I would say look at kind of 6 to 9 months for the content to start ranking. It will make a difference dependent on your competition, keyword, and the domain authority. So how many incoming links you already have to your site, how old your site is, will have a difference in that. But even on a new site, it's very well doable within 12 months. So don't worry too much. It's part of the game. And whilst we're waiting, we can still be creating more content. We can still be pushing forward. And I want to give you the confidence to do. And whilst you go through that initial 6, 9, 12-month period, just continually commit to creating content based on keyword research. Okay, pulling traffic from Google, straightforward. We're just watching that traffic come in, making sure that we understand where it's going and how it's valuing the readers, maybe looking at what topics are ranking well. So you might find you have your domain has a bit of an affinity to where Google thinks it likes one topic more than another one, so it might rank you better for one topic. So it's just understanding that and watching that come in. Showing ads to your readers. So fundamentally, this is what we're doing. Once we've got a bit of traffic, then we want to start showing ads, and we want to understand how those ads are showing. So we want to look at the metrics within those big data analytics to understand how many ad units to show in, what country your readers are coming from, what our EPMVs are, what our RPMs are. So we just want to understand that everything is working fine and quickly correct anything that isn't working as we want. Collecting ad revenue, so showing ads is one thing, but actually turning that into cash is another thing. So we want to make sure that we're getting good EPMVs, we're getting good returns for the ads that are showing. We want to make sure that we've got our good ad options enabled and that we're actually accruing money over that month. So we just want to monitor what's going on and start to make optimizations as the traffic arrives. The next, once we've ran a couple of good months, as an example, we've accrued a month's worth of ad revenue, we want to get paid efficiently from our ad network. So there's a couple of different ways of doing this, by different payment processes which take different fees, and then there's also different lead times which can make improvements to the percentages that we earn as well. So it's worth just me mentioning this and giving you these little bits of information that can make a couple of percentage points difference to your earnings on a monthly basis, but add up over time, especially if you're doing a large amount of traffic. And reinvested earnings, so number 11, and I've put here a key to success because it really is. So once we figure out how to reinvest earnings from our ad earnings, then it becomes a bit of a machine, really. It works for itself. So I would say look at reinvesting 30% of your earnings, your profits back into content and continue the growth. You might find in the early days you're happy to reinvest everything. So I'd massively say reinvest everything if you can. That'll encourage the website to grow, encourage users to get to your site, encourage Google to put a lot of traffic your way, and then get further ad earnings. And if we're purchasing or creating content at the correct price in the first place and at a low cost, then the likelihood of your success is going to be very good. When you figure out that you're only spending so much on an article and you can collect your data over time and see what it's likely to earn you, and then after year one, really, you're pretty much going to be all in profit for that year on year. So there's good returns to be had. So reinvesting is big. Have a think about it, get it in your mind from day one, and look at that 30% of the profits figure or more if possible. Okay, then automating, so hiring a team to do the work for you. So it is a lot of work creating content, doing keyword research and doing optimization, but there's a lot of people out there that have got the skills to assist. So I would encourage you to explore copywriters from day one. So this is simply getting on Upwork, putting a job out, trying to find a couple of writers in your niche, test a few writers, see what you find, and then see if you can build a team over time. My setup has scaled as I've changed, but I've gone from having one copywriter to almost 20 copywriters at one point, and then I've made a bit of a smaller core team now, but it depends on your needs. You could have lots of flexible freelance copywriters that are working, doing a couple of articles a week, or you could have 3 copywriters that are doing 20 articles a week for you, or however that works out. So there's a real mix, but I would encourage you to explore that from day one, and that'll give you some good metrics when you can figure out that if I run through an article through copywriter X that you can continually train, and that over a year it'll return Y, then you can figure out what the profit is and you can scale it, and you can figure out that if you hired that copywriter full time, just working for you, do so many articles a week, that you're still making profits after so many months, and then you own that copy, it's an asset on your website, and you're going to continue to earn from that. And also these copywriters can work for you as editors, admin assistants. It can help you with keyword research, content refresh. So there's a lot more you can do with a team than you can do by yourself. And this is a big mistake. It took me a while to learn. So I think having that mindset and having the willing to test it could be a bit of a game changer for your internet business. So I do encourage you to consider that. So we'll follow these up in detail in the following videos.